What is going on, everybody? We are back on the channel today playing Astro World for the first time ever. I thought, honestly, I didn't even know what this was, and then I started seeing people play it and I said, hey, that looks super fun, and then found out that it's got a platinum trophy. So I said, let's go for it, let's have a blast with this. And honestly, I think this was one of the coolest things Sony has ever done. It's more or less just a simulation. It's a game, but it teaches you super cool things that your DualSense Edge, well, just regular DualSense controller can do within PS5. And it implements so many cool mechanics into this game that honestly, I would be very surprised if we don't see more PS5 games using said type of mechanics later down the road. So the microphone, for example, picks it up as a wind current, if you would, for fans, and that helps spin fans in the game. I thought that was super cool. I was having a blast playing this, and I want to say overall the total playtime for me to finish this platinum was about 5 hours, and I did very good when it came to only needing to look up maybe 3 puzzle pieces, I think is what they were called, that I could not find. And then once I saw the video, I was like, are you serious? I didn't see that there. But yeah, so it's super cool. It's a simulation game to show you all these cool mechanics that are introduced with the DualSense 5 controller. And it's honestly a trip down memory lane. As we'll see coming up, there are so many cool different artifacts that just make you rethink back in history of Sony and PlayStation as a whole. And honestly, certain things I saw that I was like, oh wow, I didn't even know what that was. So with that being said, we're gonna hop right into Astro World, starting from scratch, 0 trophies, and here we are starting in CPU headquarters with all 4 levels going into the game. Jumping into the first trophy, this is here, the first level, first stage of said first level, and all it was called was 1 down, lots more to go. And yes, there sure were lots more to go. This trophy I got just for picking up my first puzzle piece, and let's get to the next one. Next one coming up was called It's All in the Mind. Beat 3 enemies quickly by punching them. Super simple. There's many opportunities to get this one. After that was getting a strike. This trophy, Wipeout, was for when you're playing the ball, knocking all the pins out in once. The next trophy coming up is called Int Mint Condition. This was the first of many artifacts available within the game. This being the memory card for the original PlayStation console, you know, so you didn't have to pause your games anymore. And here, just embracing that amazing loading into any game on PS1 systems just brought so much nostalgic to me. Just figured I wanted to share this with you, and there is one for PS2, 3, as well as 4 in here that you'll see later in the video. And I remember always loading this up with Spyro, seeing that, hearing that. It was absolutely amazing. And here, shortly after me climbing all the TVs, I do unlock my next trophy, Do It, Clearing Memory Meadows level. Here over in the PlayStation laboratory was my next trophy called Disc Swap. This was me kind of just checking everything out, but I don't remember if this recorded or not. I don't believe so. So this was just me also going onto the crank, which is where I can unlock a bunch of different puzzle pieces, bunch of different artifacts, and miscellaneous artifacts at that. So this one being Gotcha Beginner is going to be got half of the gotcha prizes. This next one was the PS2 introduction loading screen with the sound and the effects and everything. And again, absolute nostalgia from getting this and seeing this. It was super cool that it was just sitting there in space. The trophy correlated to this is going to be Emotional Engine for clearing SSD Speedway. And here you're about to see a God of War Easter egg, as there was many different Easter eggs in each of the levels for the different eras of systems. There was an Ape Escape one for Memory Meadow with PS1, this one for SSD Speedway, on top of many, many more. If you look at all the different Astrobots, there was so many cool little Easter eggs you can find. This next one coming up was called Hell Diver. Not gonna lie, it was an accidental trophy. It was me kind of just playing around, exploring the level, and I just chose to go off all the diving boards. This only requires you to go into the water from the highest diving board. So here in a second, that trophy will pop. So this also coming up was kind of an accidental trophy. It's called Keepy Uppies, which was me juggling a ball 5 times with the frog suit. So me sitting here waiting for the platform to come back actually ended up giving me that trophy by accident. And here we are, finishing Cooling Springs, where all the PS3 stuff took place, with the amazing PS3 loading screen at the very back. Again, the nostalgia from this, seeing the user profile icon just simply alone. It was super fun and fit very well with the ending of this. And yeah, so the trophy from this, HD graphics for clearing Cooling Springs, which will be popped in a second. So this was something fun I found in the 4th stage, and I thought it was a super cool quote. And if you listen very closely after reading this, it's exactly what the song is saying within this level. I thought it was super cool, kind of cheesy, but just something I'd share. And there was 2 others that I came across later in the game, but this was the first one I did come across. And here I am ascending to the top of GPU Jungle, where I do finish and have the trophy Greatness Awaits pop shortly after enjoying and embracing the classic PS4 intro into loading and turning on your console. And kind of funny that they chose to do Iceberg for the top, since your PlayStation always kind of sounded like a fighter jet. Don't know if that was just me, but I've heard multiple people say, yeah, why does mine sound like a fighter jet when I'm launching this thing, especially Call of Duty nowadays. this now completes all 4 main levels completed and the trophies that I got in completing the main part of the game. So from here are all extra trophies that I will have gone through, looked at in my trophy guide to then, okay, let's go and get that. Here, right here, pain is what's coming up. I accidentally got this one trying to jump, getting hit by a soda can. Got hit by flying garbage in Memory Meadow. And then right here, also in Memory Meadow, this was going to be getting Iconic, which is getting all the puzzle pieces in Memory Meadow. Had to restart this a couple times because I couldn't get my junk exact, but after that, I was able to get it. Shortly that, after getting all the puzzle pieces, here I am getting the very last artifact. I died very many times right here on this part because I kept getting bounced around. This popped the trophy and conquered worlds. Got all artifacts in Memory Meadow. Here we are in Welcome to 3rd place. Get all artifacts in SSD Speedway. And then shortly after that, I did achieve getting all the puzzle pieces in SSD Speedway as well. And then this was a quick one. It was getting all of the artifacts in Cooling Springs. Coming up is Ready for the Proving. This was an accidental trophy. I was just trying to shoot to kill these slimes. Since everything kind of one-shots you, all it required you to do was to hit one of the projectiles with an attack with an arrow. And there I died. Coming up next was Charted for getting all the artifacts in GPU Jungle after I swing up and pull this bar down. This next trophy was called No No No, which was falling 99 feet and caught myself in GPU Jungle. I'm assuming this was probably the only spot you can successfully get it. It just worked out that way for me. And then, right after that, getting all the puzzle pieces in GPU Jungle, collecting the Found Legacy trophy. Here we are in CPU headquarters getting the trophy Project Neo, which was to send 10 bots flying with one swing punch. So I had to collect my posse up and then send them flying. And then right after that was called The Last Guy, which required me to attack and make 20 bots follow me, you know, because I'm just that popular. Here we are picking up the machine gun to get the trophy Wild Arms, which was required to perform a spin while shooting the machine gun. Send them bullets flying. Here we are in the PlayStation laboratory, climbing on to get to the tippy top of the aim controller to get the trophy, the very far point. And then shortly after that was super simple. You got a trophy, requiring you to pick up a trophy. And what better way than to pick up the Platinum trophy? And then here is the next one, which was a few trophies, very quick succession. A grand tour for collecting all the puzzle pieces in the game. Sora Gotcha for collecting all the gotcha prizes in the game, and then Dude Raider for collecting all the artifacts in the 4 main stages and the PS laboratory. So, very quick succession, I'll let you watch. Here we are walking to get a trophy called Supercomputer for revealing the former logo of PlayStation. Something that not a lot of people may know of. That's why he's hiding it. Gotta put it right back. And then the next one was to not only hit, but then look inside the VR to get the trophy. I recognize you. Punch and look into the lens of the PSVR. Shortly after that, I'm walking over to a little home icon in the PlayStation laboratory to get the trophy. Honey, I'm home! And then here I'm climbing on top of the PS2 system to punch that little colorful icon on the disc tray. Took me a second to figure out, but then I found spinning punch would allow you to get that trophy very easily. Next, we had to load back into Cooling Springs to be able to get the trophy Twisty Metal. Super simple. All it requires you to do is jump 3 times during a spin attack on ice. So you have to charge up a spin attack and then just go ahead and jump like you're a little ballerina. Next up, at the end of Cooling Springs, surprised I didn't get this before, it was to just jump in one of the fountains to get Jumping Splash trophy. This coming up, also another trophy, a surprise I didn't find, but it's called Jason, which in this little part of Memory Meadow, I unfortunately died, but in this part of Memory Meadow, all you gotta do is take cover from the heavy rain. Super simple to do. That little canopy you see in front, that's all you gotta sit under for a couple seconds to trigger it. Coming up next is Little Rolling Star. Here at the end of GPU Jungle, it honestly doesn't tell you how big, it just says make a big snowball. So it took me a minute, just keep rolling and rolling and rolling, and then it popped. The very last trophy, right before we popped our platinum, was called Adequate Boy, which just required you to hit all rabbits with the bow and arrow on top of GPU Jungle. And I at first thought it was just the ones in there, and then I looked over at the rocks, I said, oh, there's the rest of them. And shortly after that, I popped this trophy. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the Platinum Trophy successfully in our pocket for Astro's Playroom. It was so much fun to play this game. I recommend it to anybody out there who has a PS5 to definitely check it out. As far as I'm aware, it's 100% free. I've heard that they're coming out with some other free DLCs coming shortly to it. And yeah, it was super cute, super fun, and it really just helps you go back down memory lane. Coming up is something that was a original play demo for the PS1. Something that Sony did that was called Playtest T-Rex 1 to show how graphics would show on the screen for PlayStation 1 consoles. So please do enjoy this. My name's Unknown Jigsaw. As always, embrace the unknown, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe.